Okay, you guys, we are back with another video. Now, in this video, we're gonna talk about Offset. He's getting hit with another lawsuit. When I see these things happening to Offset, it has me wondering just like how many people are truly out to get Offset. I don't know if you guys are paying attention, but it's given the sense that Offset is in a lot of danger and a lot of trouble because it was just like last week that we saw Offset, if not the week before, getting hit with a lawsuit, and that lawsuit honestly makes no sense. Offset sampled another artist song. He paid everything, but because that artist has a new producer, the new producer is saying that Offset still owes. And that's not right because when you're new, yes, you can work to collect anything that's outstanding for your artist. But if your artist did a collaboration, paid someone, and got paid for the collab, got paid for sampling your work, then not because you get a new producer, it doesn't mean that Offset is owing you. And as such, that has me wondering, like, are we gonna see these people coming after Offset again? Because it was only like about a month at this time, or close to a month, that he was shot in Florida, right? In Miami. And now we're hearing about another incident where this producer is coming after him for money. And we all know how majority of these producers works. If they don't get their money, they're going to want to hurt him. Even if they're not entitled to the money, they are going to want to hurt Offset. And now Offset has another lawsuit that is coming forward stemming from an incident that took place back in 2025 at a dispensary. Also, Offset had threatened stefondiggs. No, stefondiggs is not the guy that he appears to be. He appears to be zesty, soft, and, pretty boy. But stefondiggs is a very, very dangerous guy. So the moment that, even though Offset, I don't think his threat was that serious, and it may not be empty either, but I believe that the moment that Diggs heard that, Diggs is gonna step to Offset first. So at this point, I believe that Offset is in a whole lot of trouble. And I believe that Offset is in danger, and he needs to wrap this up, and he needs to be very careful of where he goes, and he needs to be vigilant of his surrounding, and he needs to get strapped legally, and he needs to ensure that he has a bodyguard or two, because I do believe they're going to come after Offset. I believe it's just a matter of time before we hear that Offset gets attacked again. But let's get into this, right? Because there's the security guard. His name is Jim Sanchez. He works at a dispensary, those joint place that sells the medicated or medical marijuana. Well, this place is called Med-N LAX. It's a weed dispensary, right? So this gentleman by the name of Jim Sanchez, he's saying that Offset came to the dispensary back in March of 2025, right? And when Offset showed up, he asked Offset for ID. He said that after asking Offset to present ID for verification, Offset became hostile and verbally confrontational after asking to show the ID. He claims that Offset struck him in the face, and others in his group also attacked him. So he's saying that not only did Offset attack him, but there were others in Offset group that attacked him, right? He claimed that he was hospitalized and continues to suffer from headaches and neck pain. He's seeking unspecified for damages and assault, battery, intentional infliction of emotional distress, right? So as such, this man is suing Offset. This is the second lawsuit that we're seeing in 2 weeks that Offset has been hit with, right? And you guys know that Offset has a lot of gambling problems. So Offset needs to get his ass out there and get back on his A game and start grinding again, not at the casino, but in the studios. Get some shows booked because with the shows, the money comes quicker. He needs to do some appearances, get these things off his back. No, in Offset's defense, per the report, Offset's rep, accused the guard of causing the fight and claimed the man spat on the rapper, right? So, Offset, he was charged with misdemeanor count of simple battery at the time. An arrest warrant, it was out for him, but then it was recalled after his lawyer showed up to court to plead not guilty and to argue his case. If you guys remember, when Offset got shot in the buttocks a couple weeks ago, he's okay. We can laugh. No, it is serious, but he's okay. We can laugh. No, right? When he got shot in the buttocks a couple weeks ago and when he was hospitalized, we heard that there was a arrest warrant out for him. That was the arrest warrant that the street was talking about, but the arrest warrant was long called off because if you guys notice, it was reported shortly after that arrest warrant was long called off. So critics believe that Offset would have been arrested while he was hospitalized. No, he would not have been arrested because his lawyer represented the case, and based on the attorney's argument, the arrest warrant was called off because the attorney argued that it was self-defense. Now, guys, we're gonna keep up with Offset, honey, because I think at this time, Offset needs a reality show. We need to keep up with Offset, not the Kardashians, because Offset has a lot going on in his life. And I believe that Offset needs to start documenting some things and making the court of public opinion his witness. And how do you do that? By way of a reality TV series, of course, because these allegations that are coming out against him consistently, it is given the sense that Offset is in danger, is under threats, and at any time we could hear people going after him. Now, I don't think that they're gonna be entirely successful because we know that the guy, he may look like a clown, he may act like a fool, but when it comes to street and street code, honey, Offset is nobody's fool, okay? He is absolutely nobody's fool. He might be a fool in love with cardib, a fool for ruining his marriage, but he's nobody's fool. So I believe that he has some inclination about what is hanging over his head. And I hope that he cleans up that mess and cleans it up quick, okay? That's what I hope he does. But anywho, let me know what you guys think, and we're gonna talk some more in the comment section. Peace.